What's up, everyone? This is SportsSpent17 bringing you another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about the future of the Utah Jazz's backcourt with Isaiah Collier and Keyonte George. Now, the Utah Jazz have lost the past 2 games in a row, but there has been some really good stuff that I've seen, especially from Isaiah Collier and Keyonte George. First off, we'll talk about Isaiah Collier. In my past video, I raved about him. That was when he had the 27 points, 7 assists, 7 rebound game. The past 2 games, he has had 11 assists and 10 assists. But I want to go to the month of January. He's been averaging 27.7 minutes per game, 7.4 points per game, 7.5 assists per game, and 3.9 rebounds per game. I think that is really awesome, especially since the first couple months, he just wasn't really doing much for the Jazz. He was in the G League quite a bit, but now he has had back-to-back double-digit assist games, which is a great sign for the Utah Jazz. He has the highest assists per game of any rookie. One thing, though, about Isaiah Collier that I hope he can improve on, especially this summer, is his shooting. If he can start averaging about 12 points per game, 14 points per game, that would be so good for the Jazz. And then another guy that I want to talk about is in his sophomore season, Keyonte George. Keyonte George in the past 2 games has had 26 points. And both games, he mostly played a lot of shooting guard position because he was in with Isaiah Collier, who's taken over the point guard position. And it's really good seeing him the way that he is. Beginning of the season, he really struggled shooting. He was averaging like 23% from 3 points. For the past 4 games that Keyonte has played, he's averaged 19.5 points per game, 4.7 assists per game, 40% from 3-point shooting, and 43% from field goal shooting, which is a lot better than what he was doing in November and some of December. I really like the combination of Isaiah Collier as well as Keyonte George. Those two are really going to be essential to the success of the Utah Jazz. Now, Lauri Markkanen hasn't played the past few games, and I want him to come back because I want him to play with Keyonte George as shooting guard and Isaiah Collier as a point guard. I'm a Lauri Markkanen sucker. I love watching Lauri's game. I think his game is so fun to watch, especially when you have a point guard who passes the ball and knows where to pass the ball on the court, which I think Keyonte George has struggled with. Now, in college, he was playing shooting guard, and then he gets drafted by the Jazz. Jazz don't really have a point guard, so he was forced to play point guard and learn that role. But now with Isaiah Collier coming up and being a really good point guard, I'm hoping that it sticks with Collier being that point guard and Keyonte George playing as a shooting guard. Imagine this. Isaiah Collier, Keyonte George, Lauri Markkanen, Cooper Flagg, and Walker Kessler. I would go to every game if I could. I'd want to see that development. I think that would be awesome. Now, I might be getting a little ahead of myself because we still don't know if Cooper Flagg will be a success in the NBA, but I think he has potential. And I think that Lauri Markkanen and Cooper Flagg dynamic would be really interesting to see. And then maybe throw in a trade to get a really good 6th man, get some bench, and then boom, we're fighting for the playoffs in another 2 years. So I'm excited about what the future brings with the Jazz, even though we have been losing. I've been accepting the tank more as we have been playing more games, losing more games. And losing isn't fun, but I have noticed that when I pay attention to certain players and seeing their success, it has been really fun. So yeah, trade deadline is coming up. Next video will probably be a video on the trade deadline, mostly centered around John Collins, Colin Sexton, and Jordan Clarkson, our main 3 players who have been in the news cycle. See what Danny Ainge has to cook up. For now, I'll keep my eye out on Isaiah Collier, Keyonte George, and of course, my favorite, Lauri Markkanen. Thanks everyone for watching. This is SportsSpent17. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching.